from the shimmer of light. In the workshop he felt safe to the broken glass. In the streets reflecting a fright. Desperation can set the stage for acts of villainy. And heroes may need to confront their demons in more ways than one. For a choice to be made, you must overcome the binding and twining of souls are bound. So strong if they just keep you both on top. Yes, you. What will you do when the call for action beckons you to choose? Yes, you. What will you be? A hero, a villain, or a monster indeed?
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to Arcadia Fallen, where I think we'll go into the tavern next. In the evening, you and Mime make your way to the tavern to hunt down information from Michael. You find the mage sitting alone at a table in the corner. So, what's the plan? It's quite simple and mostly involves sitting and waiting. Many of the town's residents frequent this place after hours to complain and drink their sorrows away. It does seem kinda crowded in here. I've noticed those working for this Goldner fellow seem to have more quarrels to drink away than others, so let's try and listen in, see if we can learn a thing or two. So, it'll just be us? Waiting together? If we brought our entire merry band of companions, I fear we might stick out just a bit. Don't worry, I promise I make for excellent company. The mage pulls out a deck of cards and starts shuffling with an easy smile. How about a friendly game while we wait? I suppose there's no harm in that.
I see.
It'll probably make us blend in better.
I agree.
You're quite right. In fact, when you put it like that, it seems like the most rational thing to do, no? For the sake of our mission. Michael deals the cards and Mime sits off to the side, watching you two curiously as you play. As the light dims outside, more and more patrons make their way into the tavern, but none seem to be Goldner's men so far. You put down your first card, and Mime leans in over your shoulder to get a closer look. How pretty! Are all the cards painted like this? Indeed, I got this deck from an artist in Erodas as a reward for, well, that's another story entirely. They are quite spectacular. I especially like his careful attention to the symbolic meaning behind each card. There's a meaning to it? Isn't it just a picture of a coin?
Let's see.
Once upon a time, humans believed cards like these held magical properties. They would read the meaning behind the cards and take it as a sign of divination. Such things are illegal now, of course, So the symbols that were once commonly known are now largely forgotten. Just one more thing the Empire has destroyed. Not all humans are like that, though. I bet Helly knows some of the meanings. She's really smart after all. Ah, thank you, Mime. That's very kind of you to say.
You're the best!
I'm just being honest. You're the smartest human I know after all. How many humans do you know, Mime? That's beside the point. If you say so. I am curious now, though. Helly has been quite adept at subverting my expectations this far. I wonder just how much of the old meanings have survived. Would you care to put it to the test? Oh yeah. Is there a prize I get if I get it right?
I wonder.
Oh, really?
That is an excellent point. Why don't we make it interesting? If you win this little game, I'll tell you a secret of mine. Curiosity is a great motivator, no? Get ready to spill the beans, mister. I'm gonna make you spill all of your secrets when we are done.
Let's see.
I don't believe the deck has that many cards, but very well. Let's begin. Why don't we start with the card that drew our dear Mime's attention? The coin. A card most often associated with wealth. But do you perhaps know its original meaning? A coin. I mean, gold is the obvious thing, right? I don't think you'd use a coin to signal trust. Gold is kind of too obvious. I mean, wealth... Is it gold though? Because coins are gold and...
I wonder.
The coin is made from gold, so the material gold?
No.
The coin symbolizes trust. Oh? These aren't made from pure gold, so they aren't worth their own weight, yet we still trade them with no issue. The fact that I can trade this worthless disc for a physical glass of wine is only possible because the bartender trusts that he can trade this coin again for something else of the same value. Quite fascinating, no? Michael shuffles the cards, then draws 3, putting 2 of them face up and the last one face down. The bird gods. I believe you're familiar with the first 2. The sparrow, patron of heroes' tales, and the raven, harbinger of death. These brothers have a 3rd sibling. Do you know who? So what? Sparrow and raven. The swan, the eagle, the nightingale, I have no idea. The eagle?
About that.
The eagle, a most majestic beast. I've heard that the people living in the far north, up in the mountains, have wings like eagles. The eagle is not one of the three bird gods, however. The third bird god is the nightingale, the patron of storytelling. Bards and entertainers are protected under this god, to the point that even the Empire doesn't dare mess with the traveling bards. The raven brings the dead to the Merry Sparrows Inn, where they tell their heroic tales, which the nightingale then carries out into the world, inspiring more foolish people to go out on their merry adventures. The circle of life, in a way. Michael deals another hand and hums to himself, picking out one card and placing it down face up. How curious. Who? Mime moves to peer over Michael's shoulder, her golden eyes wide as she takes in the tall humanoid creature with a deer skull for a head. Who's this? The father of the forest.
So,
One of the gods of the old religion.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's right. Despite his frightening appearance, it is said that he is a gentle god. A steward of the creatures in the woods. What is it, Mime? Do you like this card?
you see,
It's difficult to explain, but I just feel sort of sad looking at this. But also happy? This is so strange.
Here.
Well, if you like it that much, you can keep it for now.
I win again.
Our game has concluded after all, and once again I emerge victorious. Better luck next time. Sure, I'll beat you next time.
Oh, this'll be good.
Provided that dear Mime returns my card sometime, I'll be happy to have a rematch. Michael's eyes flicker to the door and his lips draw up into a smirk. But not tonight. I believe that our quarry has arrived. Michael motions subtly as the booth behind you is filled with 3 burly guys, each with a tankard of ale. I can't believe the boss had us act as delivery men. I thought we were supposed to do guard duty, not heavy lifting.
Well,
You can't expect those scrawny mages to pull their weight. I'm getting a bad feeling about using magic like that, even if it is from the capital. What if the safe is haunted with some kind of witch magic?
what? Really?
I suppose it's not our problem since the boss isn't letting anyone into that precious office of his. I wonder just what kind of stuff he's gonna hide in that safe, if he's resorting to using a magical one to keep it locked away.
Watch your mouth.
Hey there, buddy. Let me give you some advice as your elder and all. You wanna keep working for Goldner? You stop asking stupid questions like that. We guard the place, and it's no one's business what he's hiding in there. Understand? I understand. Michael empties his glass of wine with a sly smirk.
How curious.
Seems like our evening has concluded. Let us return home, shall we? You leave the tavern. The cold air is a stark contrast to the toasty bar, and you shiver.
Well done!
So Goldner is hiding something. It seems his office is the place for us to go.
Interesting.
That would appear to be the case. But he recently installed some magic safe from the capital. He must recognize the value of the artifact he stole from Caden. This could be trouble, but at least now we know, so we can prepare.
Well, isn't this neat?
All in all, I say this little excursion of ours was very fruitful. Yeah, I mean, without the spying, it was almost like a date.
Oh, really?
I happen to have a weakness for dates with a bit of dangerous tension, so to say. So let's do this again sometime, no? Sure.
Here you are, Mime.
This is a sweet roll? But why?
I noticed you were shooting the baking stall longing glances earlier. Given you can't actually reveal yourself, I figured I could swipe it for you.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. Wait, you did pay for this, right?
Well, you can't expect me to do more than one good deed in a day, can you?
Michael?
Let's go to the market. See what Victoria wants. You find Victoria near the town square, and she isn't alone.
Please help me.
I beg you, ma'am, please help me. You are a hunter, are you not? I recognize the sword you're carrying.
No.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you. What's going on here? Did something happen?
I can't believe this.
Something is always happening, but we are on a mission, remember? The man looks nervous as you approach, but stays put.
I need your help.
Please, my daughter has been missing all morning. She was playing with the other kids in the meadow, but when the rest returned for lunch, she wasn't with them. And what is it that makes you think this is a job for a demon hunter?
Well,
The other kids said that Marie had already gone home, but there was something off about them.
Huh?
Off? Like there was something that they weren't telling me, as if something had scared them. Why would they lie to you?
you see.
I brought Marie with me to this town to work in the mines years ago, but we're still considered outsiders. People out there can't understand why someone born and bred in Erodas would have to travel to the boonies to look for work. They don't get that someone like me without any name or fancy education is about as welcome on the posh streets of the capital as mages are out here. I took us here to give Marie a better life, a simpler life. How did it go so wrong? We can make time.
About that.
It's the right thing to do. Elitherus mercy, I know that. She looks up at the man who flinches at her intense stare.
Look.
We'll look for your daughter, but I won't make any promises. The man lets out a deep relieved sigh.
Thank you.
All I ask is that you try. Thank you. I will continue to look around town for her. Please find me if you discover anything. Victoria sighs and rolls her shoulders.
Let's go.
Really?
So, do you think this missing child might have something to do with the demons?
About that.
I can't rule it out completely, but I have my doubts. It is quite common for a parent with a lost child to approach the demon hunters for some kind of magical explanation. Usually the kid is found hours later safe and sound, too busy playing troll hunter to realize they lost track of time and missed dinner.
Got it.
I suppose that makes sense. Kids are often a lot tougher than parents give them credit for. Let's hope it's just that.
Well...
If we're lucky, maybe she'll let us join in a round of troll hunter when we find her. Are you not too old for this?
I wonder...
Did you get lost playing in the woods as a kid as well, Victoria? Ah, I bet you were super cute, running around with a little toy sword chasing trolls. I did not. I mean, I was working diligently from a young age to master the skills needed to join the demon hunters. That, of course, includes sword training, among other... That all sounds like playing to me.
I am not getting paid enough for this.
Victoria the Troll Slayer. Let's just go with you're dedicated.
That sounds nice.
Even as a kid. That's very impressive.
I see.
Thank you. Though, looking back now, there was nothing too impressive about it. Turns out training by yourself with no guidance isn't that effective. I had to relearn everything from scratch as soon as I entered the guild. But it was my dream.
Really?
If you loved it so much, then why did you leave? Oh no, I'm sorry, Victoria. I didn't mean... I said something bad just now, didn't I? Please forget it. Let's talk about something else.
About that.
It's fine, Mime. I think it's about time I gave you some kind of an explanation. I used to be a hunter in training. However, I never completed the final test to get officially initiated. That is why I possess the skills of a hunter, but I'm no longer a part of the guild, and instead work as a knight for the Empire. What happened?
I wonder...
You seem like someone who's always excelling in all that you do. It's hard to imagine you failing at anything. What happened isn't important. Well, I mean, I doubt that very much. I think what happened probably is important. Just know that the hunters were within their rights to throw me out, and I accepted their decision. After I left the hunters, I was struggling. I didn't know what to do, so I found myself drifting. That's when Alethea approached me. She took me in, mentoring me, and I became a knight working under her instead. And that's how I ended up here. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, to hear that you couldn't fulfill your dream of becoming an actual hunter.
That's awful.
I'm sorry that happened to you. That must have been hard, having your dream taken away like that. Whatever happened was due to my actions. I cannot change the past, but I have been given a chance to make something of my life despite it all. And I intend to make the most of this opportunity I have been granted. I am grateful to Alethea for that. I mean, yeah, she does kind of seem like she might be using you. But also, I understand this angle as well. She gave you a chance when nobody else would. And because of that, you can now do something important. So let's go with she must be very precious to you.
I see.
After helping you out like that.
About that.
I am grateful, and I respect her. She's a good leader and commander, the kind I can only aspire to be one day. She shakes her head. In any case, let's just drop the subject. Now, come on. We've wasted enough time on this discussion already. You continue your trek through the woods, finding no sign of the lost child. The meadow is blooming with spring flowers. Leaves dance in the slight breeze to the hum of bumblebees. Your eyes look across the sea of colors and finally you spot a mess of curly red hair.
Huh? Well done!
There she is. You were right, Victoria. Careful.
This place.
She's not alone. Who are you? Your dad sent us.
Hi.
I'm Helly and this is my friend Victoria. Your dad has been looking all over for you. He's quite worried.
Well...
But I can't go home just yet. My friend says I can't leave.
Huh?
Your friend? From behind the girl's hair, a small glowing creature steps out.
Whoa!
A fairy! What is it doing out here? Nothing good, that's for sure. Careful, Marie. Step away from that thing. What are you doing? Don't hurt him. He's my friend. Your friend?
What do you mean?
Well...
His name is Wispy and he's my best friend. He scared away the mean kids and played with me all day. But now he doesn't want me to leave. He says it's bad back in town. Well, I mean, he's kinda right. Mean kids?
Tell me about...
Are you talking about the other kids from town?
You see...
Dad said I should try and get along with everyone, but no one wants to play with me. They call me a stupid city girl and pull my hair. One of the big boys said he wanted to cut my braid, and I got really scared, but then Wispy showed up and scared them all off.
Of all the...
The fairy must have been curious about the kids playing and then taken a shine to this one. This is bad. Fairies are obsessive creatures. If we don't destroy it, it'll never let the child go.
You think so?
Are you sure? It seems like he just wants to keep Marie safe from the bullies. Maybe if we talk to him, we can convince him that she will be safe with her father?
No.
I don't really think the fairy is willing to believe a human.
Maybe, but...
Maybe I can convince him? That's... So, fairies?
Really?
I thought those were supposed to be extinct.
About that.
Seeing them these days is incredibly rare. They tend to avoid humans at all costs. This one must have gotten lost or have been lured here by something. So, what do we do now?
So... this is the plan.
If you can create some kind of a distraction with your alchemy, then I'll deal with the fairy. You will do no such thing, human. You all jump when the voice, though not truly a voice, more like a feeling vibrating through your being, enters your mind. You will leave now. This child is mine. I'm not letting her go. Wispy? Stop it. You're scaring me. Let me talk to him first. Maybe we can sort this out without anyone getting hurt? I mean... I think I'm going to trust Mime. She's not powerless.
Okay.
We're counting on you.
Thank you.
I'll do it.
Be careful.
Hello.
Okay, Mr. Wispy, sir. Tell me why you won't let the child return home to her father, please? She's my child now. I will be the one to protect her. She stays with me. But don't you think she'll be safer with her family? Human children are not made to survive in the forest. She's safer here. The human village has been tainted. We must all flee or be swallowed by the nightmares.
I see.
Is he talking about the demons? I am human. Your kind has dug too deep, and now you reap what you sow. But this child does not have to suffer for the mistakes of her father. Let's let Mime continue.
Hear me out.
It's true, humans have done some really stupid things. Really. But we are trying to fix it. Me and the humans together are working to put things right. You? Who are you? You carry the mark of the forest on you, yet you help the humans. Why?
About that.
Because I believe they really are trying hard to fix things, and I want to help them succeed. You reek of human magic. To think a child of the king would stoop so low as to bind herself to a human.
Huh?
The king? What are you talking about? There's nothing left for me to say to a traitor. The fairy suddenly flares red, its face drawn into a demonic snarl. The fairy flies at Mime, but Victoria quickly steps in front of her. She doesn't have the time to properly reach up and guard, so the fairy cuts into her hand with a claw-like fingers, drawing blood.
Blasted!
Son of a... she throws the creature off and, with a swift swing of her enchanted sword, cuts through it. It disappears in a cloud of sparkly smoke. There's a moment of silence, then Victoria sheathes her blade.
Tell me.
Mime, are you alright?
Everything's just too much.
Victoria, I'm so sorry. Oh no, your hand. This is my fault. If I hadn't insisted on talking to him, It was a fine idea.
Huh?
What?
Look,
We managed to get the fairy away from the child long enough for me to dispose of him safely. You did good, Mime.
Thank you.
I don't understand. Wispy, why did you... I want to go home. Victoria sighs and scratches her neck.
so...
I'll take her to her dad. He'll need an explanation for this. Marie will too, once she calms down. I think this is where I'm ending this episode. Kind of seems like we're done with this scene. But just in case, I'm not going to move it forward from here until next episode, just in case there's something more, because we're already more than 30 minutes in, and yeah, this is where I want to end the episode for now. So thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. It was lovely to have you. Please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.